Welcome to the shine. All right. Hey, look at this. We're good.
This is good.
Feel good.
Different setup again this week.
Different setup. Same room. Devin's not here, so we're kind of rolling with ourselves.
We're on a low tech day.
Definitely low tech. Yeah. Devin's hope he feels better. So got some. We got Steinmatic.
You okay?
I don't got Steinmatic. It just rhymes. So how's everybody doing? I'm gonna see if we got a chat. I don't know. We have a chat now. Let's see.
Learning our tech as we go. There we go.
Let's see if there's overlay me.
I have no idea. Oh.
Good.
I don't know.
Okay. So hopefully it's going on Facebook. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna double check.
Good morning, everyone.
It's supposed to go on here, so let's see.
Somebody's watching.
Okay, there it is. Yep,
a couple people are watching.
It's on. All right.
We're on. Good.
The comment, that'd be great. So welcome to Shine. Every week we get together, we talk about light, we talk about shine, we talk about greatness, how it's in
all of us.
You, not just some of us. So all right, great. So what's going on? Been a week.
Well, it has. Hey, Lex.
What's up, Lex?
It doesn't feel like Thursday week because we were gone. We were out of town. We went to Vegas for 4 days.
Yeah, we actually didn't do the Shine last week because
we didn't do the Shine because we were traveling
to
on Vegas.
A plane. Had a great time in Vegas.
We had a great time in Vegas.
Good event.
Yeah, we had a training event for our company, which was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And we also had some fun.
Played some cards.
Made some
money. Had a good
won
group.
A little bit of blackjack, which was good.
Had a fun group that we were with. That
yeah,
was good.
That's fun. That's my favorite part. If I sat at a table, I want it to be a fun table. Yeah. So it was. We sat with 3 guys who were there for some other show, and it was, we had a good time.
Met a great bartender.
Met a really good bartender.
Ong.
He was fancy. He was so fast and so we sat at the bar for dinner, which we usually do if it's just the two of us.
If you're in Vegas and you're at the Fontainebleau, go to Mother's Wolf.
Yeah.
Corey, what's up, baby? Mother's Wolf was awesome. So we ended up there just on a blue, and it was packed. We couldn't get in because it was Italian. And I was hungry for pasta, and I wanted good pasta, and we found it.
It was great. The food was great. It was we laughed, we didn't see any shows in Vegas, but watching him serve the service bar it was like a show. He was so good, so fast, so fun.
Yeah, how Corey ate there. Yeah, it was so good. You had the pizza, Corey. The pizza was awesome. We had a pizza the first time. We actually went back twice.
Yeah.
But the first time it was interesting, and so we just kind of started talking to him, and he's from the Philippines and from Manila, and he's kind of just talking about how he met his, he had a crush on a girl for 10 years and then hooked up online, didn't know it was her, and then now they're getting married.
Yeah.
The lobster spaghetti, I looked at that. I didn't go, I went with a couple different ones, but yeah, next time.
We would go back. We would go back for sure to.
And so he's telling this story, so I didn't know this. So when you're foreign, you can get a work visa. Right. A lot of times your work visa, you have to be sponsored by a company, which then you kind of are owned somewhat by the company. They control, because if they get rid of your visa, you only have a certain amount of time to get a new visa. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is so cool. And so literally, but I didn't know this. So he said he sponsored himself, and I'm like, oh, how'd you do that? I didn't know you could do that. And he said, I sponsored because he said this. He said, most people don't read. That's why they don't know that. Most foreigners just want to come over. And he was the top 1%.
The other thing is they could read it, but maybe not do the work you have to be the top 1% in whatever your industry or your craft or your job is going to be. And so he worked really hard to become the top 1% bartender, fancy drinks, the whole cocktail, flip the bottles. He knew every single drink by heart, had it down, every recipe down.
He probably made your drink, Corey,
so
because
fast. He probably made your drink.
He did all the drinks. He was on the far end, so he did all the drinks for the restaurant. The other guys kind of helped. He did, but that was his main job, and he would just, it'd be 8, 9. He would look at a ticket. He would throw all the glasses up there what he needed, and then he would just boom go to town. And by the time the server got there, he was running the next one out.
Yeah, I mean everything from the fancy fruity drinks to the
martinis,
to the whiskeys, to the garnishes. I mean, that was a show to watch in and of itself. It was so much fun. We had a great time, great food.
We went back the other night, and it was kind of good. We went back the next night. We what were we going to do? So let's go back there and visit Ram. So we sat there and we sat at the bar again, hung out, watched them, and that was probably our two best meals.
You learned how to make squash blossoms differently.
Yes, I did. Squash blossom. That's what we had. So
we get squash blossoms from our local farm in Tiffin, and we've been getting them for the last couple summers. And Nick just lightly fries them in the pan, and we eat them, and they're really good. The kids love them. So they had them on the menu. I've never seen squash blossoms on a menu before, but they had them on the menu. But they had them stuffed with a ricotta cheese, which was super good.
And mine will be better. My ricotta is better.
Your ricotta is really good.
Mine better. So awesome. So anyway, so that's what we got to do. And
Vegas was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Okay, so let's go into topic.
What's your topic?
We got a story. So topic today. Now we were kind of going back for. We got a couple good ones coming up next couple weeks here. So for this one, loyalty. I just couldn't.
The menu was in Italian. I had to ask. I had to ask a couple times. I'm like, what is that? What is that?
And plus, it was small. You're younger than me, so my eyes were tough. I was trying to get my phone out and read it. Yeah, it's all in Italian, which is interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of pecorino romano, which is my favorite cheese.
Oh yeah, that's funny because
everything had pecorino romano.
Every dish had pecorino romano.
And this is our pecorino romano. I'm like, I love it.
Which is funny because that's a couple years ago you asked for pecorino romano for your birthday. That's the only thing you wanted. So I bought him a big cheese wheel for his birthday.
That's awesome. Great cheese. So today's loyalty. So
loyalty.
It's interesting because loyalty that's one of my probably number one.
It's your number one thing.
I don't know where it comes from because we were at a seminar also on Monday, and that guy was talking about Andy Elliott was talking about loyalty. How I think his mom left. He had troubles and whatever. She left him, and loyalty, and that's how he developed. Loyalty is his number one thing. Yeah. And that's where it came from. Kids. I kind of trying to think of where it came from, and I don't know.
But it's definitely your most important thing. Maybe just from watching
The Godfather.
It might be.
It might be. I don't
know. Too many mafia movies.
Yeah, it could be. But loyalty is you can be. I mean, subpar. You could be whatever. If you're loyal to me, I will go to the grave with you. That's my number one. Yeah. I don't know, attribute, character. I don't know what it is.
The character that you are looking for.
I look for somebody. Yeah.
You look for somebody with loyalty.
Yeah, it's going to be loyal. Yeah. Loyalty is huge. You know what I mean? And you even look at hello, Heather. Heather had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Heather.
2 days.
2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days. 2 days ago. I might have been.
Happy birthday.
So loyalty is key to me. And when I look at people and look at things and how people are loyal, and I know Josh is right, and and I'm loyal to people too. It's that's the biggest thing, and so anyways, I got a story. So I'm gonna have Shayna's a better reader than me.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing. You just retell it.
You want me to retell it? Read the story.
I don't think reading to people is very nice.
Okay, all right. So she don't think so. How come we always are so different?
We're always different. Don't
I totally disagree with you right now.
You want me to read that?
Well, obviously not.
It's a long story. It's a really good story, but I don't really think.
But it's not going to be the same. Okay, so they don't even.
Be better. It's going to be better.
Is it? Okay.
We can retell it together.
So here's the thing.
Okay. A man and his dog were walking down the road. It starts a little dark.
And then he realized that he was dead.
The man realized he was dead. I was dead. Where's this story going? I don't know. So anyway.
So he realized that. So he keeps on walking, right? And he's walking around this long hill.
His dog is with him.
And his dog is with him. And he sees a big pearly gates and a gold road, and he walks up to it, and the guy's sitting outside the gates. Okay, and he asks the guy, what is this? And the guy says, what?
This is heaven.
This is heaven. He says, great. And he opens up the gates and he says, can I get a drink of water? And the guy says, yeah, come on in. And he goes, what about my friend?
The dog.
And the dog.
Can my dog come in and get?
And the guy says, no, sorry,
some water.
Sorry, sir, no pets. So the man looks at the dog, looks at himself. He says, "Okay, thank you," and he goes back on his journey.
So him and his dog keep walking.
They keep going. They keep going. Right? And they go on. They keep on running down. They keep on going. They see a guy leaning against a tree. And he asks the guy if there's any water, and he says, "Yeah, there's a gate, but it's a rundown gate,
like a farm gate.
Yeah, and it's open." And he says, "Yeah, you'll see go up down the road. You see at the end there's a spigot of water, and like the old pump, remember?"
Yep.
And he bits it up. So he goes, "What about my friend?" He goes, "Yeah, sure, go ahead."
Good.
He goes, "You'll find a bowl."
Yeah, you'll find a bowl by the pump, so you can get your dog some water.
So he goes up there. He gets his water. He gets the dog water. He gets until he's satisfied, and he walks back down. And he talks to the guy again. He says, "Thank you." And he goes, "What is this?" And the guy goes, "This is heaven." And he goes, and he's confused. He goes, "I'm confused about it." He goes, "I just was up the road." He goes,
and
"Oh,
that's
what
heaven? That was heaven.
Yeah.
And that's the heaven I thought that it would look like.
Yeah. And he goes, "I was up there," and they said, he goes, "Oh, the one with the pearly gates and the gold road and blah blah blah." And he goes, "Yeah, they called it heaven too." And he goes, "Doesn't that make you mad?" And the guy said, "No." He goes, "I'm actually," he said, "Oh, let me read this part."
This is a good part to read.
He says, "No, I can see how you might think so, that it would make me angry that they call heaven." He goes, "But we're just happy that they screen out the folks who'll leave their best friends behind." Loyalty, right? Loyalty. So that was a short.
That was.
Was that shorter? It's better reading it. Okay, good.
Yes.
So that's the thing.
So if they would have went in the first heaven, if they would have went in the first
one guy would have been.
The guy would have went by himself and left his dog alone, and that's not heaven.
Yeah.
That's
the guy. Oh, we didn't miss one part. The guy did say, "No, that's hell." That's I did say. Okay.
Yeah, you leave your best friends behind. That's not heaven.
So think about that. So loyalty. Yeah. What's loyalty mean to you?
Well, it's funny because before you, I guess I didn't think much about loyalty.
I always had loyalty.
I mean, it's not. I don't think I didn't have it, or I didn't do it, or I wasn't loyal. I just didn't consider it as like I wouldn't say out loud like I'm looking for somebody loyal, but I think that I've obviously wanted loyalty, right. Like friendship. I guess maybe I have that. And my friends, like my lifelong friends, we've just lifelong friends. That's what it is, loyalty.
So it comes down to loyalty is.
But I don't know that I seek it like you seek it. I don't know, or notice it as much as you notice it.
Okay, I think that's what I look. I mean, I don't say I seek it, but I look for it. Like when somebody's not loyal, and I know they're not loyal, then I'm done. It's just it's a.
Well, and I guess trust. I would just, for me, I think it comes down to trust, and trust is more like if you are dishonest,
right?
Then that's enough for me to not continue a relationship.
And I think I think the other thing is just in doing so many businesses, I think that's another thing is they always hear this it's only business, it's not personal. Yeah, I mean, and just like in The Godfather, remember when
it's all personal.
When it's all he when he I forget I just lost the name right now, but the one guy portrays Michael. Remember Fish, the show Fish? Anybody remember?
Was it a movie or a show?
It was a show. The TV. He was a cop. He was a fish, and it was a guy that was in The Godfather. And he was.
He was a fish.
He was a Clemenza. He was the other guy, not Clemenza. Gosh, I can't think of it now.
Over Godfather fans.
Anyways,
all the Godfather aficionados who are watching are gonna.
I know. It's I can't remember the name now. I'm losing the name. But anyway, so he talks about that, and he portrays Michael Corleone, and they find out it's right at the end of
betrays him.
Betrays him.
Betrays
Betrays.
I think they said portray.
No,
betray. Betrays. So he betrays
him. Yeah. So then sells him out, and they knew it. And then when they put him in the car, he says, "Tom, for old sake, can you help me out?" And he's like, "No, I can't." And he says, "Tell Mike it wasn't personal. It was business." But here's the thing, it's all personal. Everything is personal. That's the biggest thing is I think some people throw that term around that it's business, and business people are like, "Oh, it's just business." So I always say this, if somebody says it's just business, they're getting ready to screw you.
Yeah.
Because they don't think I've never done that because I think it's a personal relationship. And that doesn't mean it's a good or bad thing, you know what I mean? But if you're I just believe in if you're gonna go in business partners and things, if we're gonna go down with the ship, I want to go down together.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to save themselves.
And then
Let me, and hang me out to dry and say, oh, well, I was smart
I think
in
that's
business.
in business and in life and in whatever. There's lots of ways that could play out. Right.
So, I don't know. Don't leave a dog behind.
Don't leave your dog behind.
Don't leave your dog behind.
Well, the dog is the quintessential analogy for loyalty because they don't care what you do or how long you're gone.
I know.
Or if you miss them or don't miss them, they don't care. They are so loyal. They love you no matter what. Yep. No matter what. They're always happy to see you. Yeah. They're like the lesson in loyalty for us, for sure.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're not mean. They're like a cat. Like opponent of the world.
Can get a little attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats, they gotta earn.
You gotta earn their trust. Yeah.
I need the dogs in my life. It's too much work.
Loyal.
So I don't know. Yeah, that's how you play. What else do you apply that to? How you apply loyalty to? It's interesting. It's kind of a lot of people don't think about it either. They think it's okay, like just portray their friends or to go to different friends and back and forth and.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think they think it's okay. I think everybody justifies it. The rose and the thorn.
Am I the rose?
Harvey. Yeah, you're the rose.
Am I the rose?
I'm sure you're the rose.
Michael, love you, man. I knew you always had a crush on me.
I miss you, Michael.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just loyalty is a tough thing now. I don't think it's tossed around that much anymore.
I think it goes hand in hand with trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think loyalty and trust. If you're not,
if you can't trust somebody,
if you can't trust them, you're.
Like I always say, it's like Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott cut his finger off to stay with San Francisco 49ers.
That might be where your loyalty came from.
It might be, yeah.
You have loved that story since you were like 13 years old.
Oh, it's true. He was my favorite.
Tell the story for people who might not know who Ronnie Lott is.
So Ronnie Lott was my favorite defensive back, played for San Francisco 49ers. That was his first team. He was with them for years. He literally was playing in a game. He broke his pinky. And they literally said to him, if we surgically repair it, you're going to be out for 4 weeks and you can't play. If we cut it off, not his whole pinky, just the tip of his pinky, like the fingernail. They said, if we cut it off, you can play this week. He said, cut it off. They traded him the next year. The man cut his tip of his finger off for you. And he said, I want my kids to stay in San Francisco. I want to retire in San Francisco. I just want to be here. I'm from, and they freaking traded him to the Raiders.
I think that maybe is the root of
that might have traumatized me.
The root of your.
There was always something. There's got to be something.
There is got to be something, but it doesn't come from your family.
No.
I think that story might be it because you were young when that happened, or when you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you cut your finger off with somebody, they got to be loyal.
Yeah, they weren't.
No.
It was a corporation. Corporations, it's rough to be loyal.
Well, I think they can be loyal. They just.
Well, I think
some choose not to be. Yeah, same thing. It comes down to whether they trusted their family. The corporation is the family. The corporation still could be loyal. Some good companies out there.
Well, yeah, for sure. But in general, what gets in the way is money, greed.
Yeah.
Money over loyalty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say. The Prince, Machiavelli.
Yeah. What's he say?
Machiavelli says a lot of gangsters use Machiavelli. It's better be feared than loved.
Yeah.
But Machiavelli says that is not true. And they just may misquote it because what he says is if you're feared, any leader that is feared will eventually be overthrown
for sure.
by somebody.
Yeah.
Where somebody that is loved, will have more staying power, like an emperor that is loved by his people, that is adored by his people, has less enemies.
Right.
But
how did the mafia, or how did the mobsters, because they would say...
Because it says in their rule, because the Machiavelli says a lot of people would rule with being, there's different leadership styles. One is being feared.
Yeah, oh, I see.
And so so the Prince Machiavelli was put in prison. That's when he wrote the book, he was like a philosopher. He wrote the book The Prince.
Okay.
And so when he was writing, he was like talking about it, and he said like a lot of kings would rule with an iron fist.
Right.
And because it's very swift. I think Sun Tzu have some of that, like
right.
Where
the art
of war, where they would with force, like immediate force, fear, put fear into people, and you can. And there was actually some guy that did that trained women to be soldiers, and he basically put the 5 leaders of women.
I mean, the history of the world is not that.
No, yeah, but he just basically said, because I could train any women to be soldiers, and he put 5 women up there to train them, and they were kind of squawking and going back and forth, and he beheaded all 5 of them and then put the next one. Guess what? Everybody got in line. Nobody stepped out of line.
Yeah.
So put the fear. But what Machiavelli says that
eventually
that gets overthrown. Eventually that comes to get you, because there is no loyalty. It's just the next person.
It all comes back to love. Loyalty.
How did you spin the love in there?
You said fear eventually gets overthrown, but if you lead with love, it's better.
Beatles.
That's what you said.
All we need is love. Is that a song?
Yeah.
Oh, it's love. Yeah. That's a Beatles song. That's a Beatles song, right? Yeah. The Beatles.
See, we get along more than you think we do.
I don't think so. I don't think we get along that great.
We get along great. We don't agree on much.
We don't agree on anything. We're going to have a couple of topics that we've been arguing in the car.
Yeah, we've had a few, not like fighting arguments, but like disagreements. We take totally different perspectives on things. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right. She's wrong.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it
we'll
here.
See.
So I don't have anything else. Anything else on loyalty?
No,
that just, quick little one.
Quick little message.
Yep. Next week, get ready. We're going to talk about some things.
Possibly some controversial things. Yeah.
Some things.
Got a few controversial topics.
We've
been back and forth. So we'll have our discussion in front of you guys, with you guys. So feel free to share your views. It's a discussion. There's no right or wrong.
So if you haven't followed us, look at our page. I'll post on here, but go on YouTube. We're trying to do more YouTubes. That's just where Devin likes to put stuff. So I think we go YouTube live, and we like the interaction here. So hopefully that we can start to get people on the YouTube channel. So that's all I got. Remember,
sounds good. The world needs your light to shine.
We need your light to shine.
And you definitely need your light to shine.
Have an amazing day. See you next week on The Shine. Love you guys.